Morning.
Good morning.
Okay, they should have put him on in just a moment. Okay, can you hear us in the jail?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Marquez Robinson, file number 24-03369 SM. Counsel, can I have your appearance?
Thank you, Your Honor. Tara Nickel from the Ingham County Public Defender's Office on behalf of Mr. Robinson for arraignment only this morning.
Okay, Mr. Robinson, I have a misdemeanor file here. It states that on or about June 30th, 2023, at the area of 815 North Walnut, Apartment 1, City of Lansing, Ingham County, State of Michigan, that you allegedly committed the act of domestic violence and that you did make an assault or assault and battery upon a Tatiana Johnson, who's a resident or former resident of your household or an individual with whom you had a dating relationship, and that this was done contrary to Michigan Compiled Law 750.812. Restitution may be ordered as this offense may have resulted in damage to another individual's property or physical injury or death to another individual. This is a misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines, and a consecutive sentence may be imposed under the law if the assault was committed in a place of confinement. Do you understand the charge that was read there and the maximum penalty attached, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have the right to be represented by an attorney, and Ms. Nichols is going to represent you today for the purpose of your arraignment only, but you do have the right to have an attorney represent you at every court appearance, and you have the right to be represented by counsel if you're going to be questioned by law enforcement. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, you can make a request to have the public defender's office represent you at the expense of the public. Do you understand that right to counsel, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you also have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say and anything you put in writing can be used against you. You have the right to plead guilty, plead not guilty, or stand mute. And if you stand mute, the matter will continue all the way to a jury trial. You do have the right to jury trial, and you have the right to the presumption of innocence. So that means that you are innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt before you are to be considered guilty. You have the right at the time of your jury trial to remain silent and not have that silence be used to prove or imply that you're guilty. You could waive your silence at trial and testify on your own behalf. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to your trial that will testify on your behalf, and you have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses that the prosecutor calls to testify against you. You understand each of those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is he requesting court-appointed counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the court's gonna enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. You're currently scheduled for a pre-trial conference before me, Judge Kristen Simmons, and it's going to be November 26th at 1:30. You should have received a notice to appear for that date and time, and you can appear via Zoom or you can appear in person for that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you appear via Zoom, you need to have a video. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
let's see. What's your home address?
You said what's my home address?
Yes, sir.
304 South Pennsylvania Avenue, Lansing, Michigan, 48912.
Is there an apartment at all?
No, ma'am.
What's your phone number?
517-500-3063.
Are you employed?
Yes.
Where is that?
Speedway on Larch and Cedar.
Are you currently on probation
Yes, ma'am.
in 30th Circuit Court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you? Okay, so you've been on probation maybe since about June of 2023,
Yes.
maybe just before the date of this election incident. Okay, counsel, you can address bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. As Mr. Robinson stated, he does work and live in the area. He is about a year from completing probation in circuit court, and it is my understanding he is currently in compliance with that probation. I'm asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Robinson a personal recognizance bond. Thank you.
Thank you. You are currently under court supervision, and this allegation allegedly having occurred while under the court supervision. However, it's been over a year since the time of this incident. And it looks like you had only been on probation for a matter of a couple of weeks before the date of this alleged incident. I'm going to grant a personal recognizance bond and the amount of 500 personal recognizance with a no contact order. So that means you're not to have contact directly or indirectly with a Tatiana Johnson during the pendency of this matter. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not to be within 1,500 feet of wherever she is. You're not to travel outside the state without prior approval of the court. You're not to possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. You're not to engage in any assaultive or threatening behavior. And you need to make sure you report to all of your court dates. And then you're not to use drugs or alcohol unless you have a valid prescription. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what no contact directly or indirectly means?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions about your bond conditions?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set for today, Mr. Robinson.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.